What's up, YouTube? Demi here with my day one Twister whirling slash wind serpents fear Amazon, whatever you call this thing, huntress. I will just do some little gameplay here. I just got the Act 4 crew. I've been cruising so far. I spent a couple X on gear upgrades, and whenever I feel like I'm, struggling a little bit, and it's just been a breeze. I leveled with Rake and Stomp and Conk effect until I could get these two skills, Whirling Slash and what's the other one called? I just forgot. Twister? But once I got those unlocked, you can kind of just work and chill, and it's great. Everything just kind of dies. You just vomit tornadoes at people. We got Frostbolt to make our chilled ground to spawn the elemental tornado effect. So we get added cold, and then everything just kind of pops. I'm res capped. I have a decent amount of evasion. Like, gear is really cheap right now. I'll show you how to find some decent gear after this, but just want to show some quick gameplay. Get to the next tab. I've been trying the Wind Serpent's Fury thing just for fun. Like, it doesn't do too much damage yet, but it seems like it will later. Right now it's just a 3-link, so I'm not expecting much. But as you can see, we just like dance around, get our chilled ground, and then chuck tornadoes at people. That's about it. Barrage, chuck a lot of tornadoes. That part's really fun. I like the barrage combo. Barrage, vomit. Barrage, yeah, there you go. Alright, anyways. Let's get this loot, and then I'll go talk about gear and skill tree and whatever else. Okay, so that's almost, if it wasn't a staff and I've had plus level. So here's the skill tree. I've only done one ascendancy so far. I grabbed Reveal Weakness. This just gives you a chunk of extra damage against rares and uniques, which helps because that's the only time you need damage. Everything else gets one shot. When I do my second ascendancy, I'm probably going to grab In for the Kill, so you get to move faster and attack faster against rare and uniques, which sounds good. After that, if I go crit, I'm probably going to go for this. Chance to hit can exceed 100%, and then you get crit chance equal to excess accuracy. So you stack accuracy and you get more crit chance, and then this one, you get additional fizz damage on your weapon from that accuracy as well, which seems good. I don't really know what these do, and I don't like these ones, so I think those are my options. This one, I think this one, if you're doing a bow Azan, has a lot of potential for Queen of the Forest. Because Queen of the Forest is a body armor that has kind of ass evasion, but your gloves, helmet, and boots are doubled with this, so that would allow you to scale your evasion really high with Queen of the Forest. I think that would be fun. But I'm probably going to go this and go crit later on. Here's my skill tree. Early on, I just grabbed damage and all the movement speed nodes that I had access to early, because if you have low movement speed while leveling, it is a giant pain in the ass, because you don't get movement speed boots very often. So here's some movement speed. Here's some less reduced movement speed while using skill. This is movement speed. This is movement speed. I think that was, what is the other one? This is movement speed. So those were like my early movement speed nodes. There's also some here. You can grab all of that. I just grabbed this afterwards. I'm using Dance with Death currently, so I'm not using a shield, because this just gives you 25% more skill speed while your offhand is empty. That's more attack speed, more cast speed. Helps a lot. I got the spear nodes. I got attack speed per accuracy. Chance to maim on hit. Chance to blind on hit somewhere. My skill is actually at least blind on hit, so I don't even need it, but yeah. This is skill effect duration here, so that your whirlwinds last long. Up here we have, oh, here's our blind on. This is damage against blinded enemies, and then I got the extra cold damage and freeze buildup so that we can freeze enemies and shatter them for the, crunchiness. I just like that. This is even more proj speed and accuracy. Projectile speed on your whirlwind, twister, sorry, makes it bounce more, so it just makes it zoom around the map more and hit more things, which is nice. I think that's the whole skill tree. As for the gear, this is about a 200 DPS spear. I paid 1x for it. It's very easy to find gear. I will show you how to do that in a second. The rest of my gear is evasion, life resists, damage resists with a little bit of mana on kill, damage resists with a little bit of life on kill. This I just found, it's not very good. It's just life and stats. I could get a much better amulet now, actually. I should probably do that next. I'm not even using the spirit, so Boots, movement speed resists. Since life resist, movement speed is expensive. My belt, I have not upgraded yet. It's just life resists. Gloves, life resist. I'm using a freeze charm. This should probably be a stun charm. Life pot, mana pot. What else is there? I am resist. Oh, I was resist capped actually before I got to cruel for Act 4. But decent evasion. Gem. So let's talk about gem links. These I don't use, so don't worry about that. I just put gems up there that I'm not using so I can find them easier. Barrage links. We're using twofold. Actually, I should put this in order.
New day, it's a new day.
So increased cooldown is our best thing, so you can barrage more often. And then I did chance from benefits from consuming charges have a chance to be doubled. So when you're eating your frenzy charges with barrage, you can multiply how many times it repeats. So when you're barraging with frenzy charges, it makes your twister use it like 3 or 4 times, which is great. Premediation just gives you more damage for the empowered shot. Twister links, I'm using acceleration so they bounce around more. Conk effect, which does work on these because I don't know, it lets you link it, so it must work. And then I'm using more duration on this. I don't feel like we need damage. I'm just making it so that they bounce around a lot more, so they have more chances to hit, basically. Whirling slash, we have linked to more attack speed because you need to swing 3 times and then use twister. So you swing, 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 twister, basically. Well, you frostbolt, swing, 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 twister. It's a lot of buttons. I also have a link to rage on hit because this doesn't give any mana multiplier. It's free, basically, and it just gives you 30% more damage for your attack, which scales this and this, so that's cool. Wind Serpent's Fury, I have a link to Heavy Swing and Lightning Infusion because I don't know what else to put on it yet. It's not even 4-linked. As for auras, I'm using Combat Frenzy. Every time I freeze, I get a Frenzy Charge, and then I have 50% chance to get 2 Frenzy Charges with Profusion. Wind Dancer is more evasion per stage, and when you get hit, you do a little AoE that pushes things away. So I have that link to more AoE and Maim on hit, which slows them and reduces their evasion. And then I also have a chance to blind. This should actually probably be blind, now that I think about it. So put a blind in there if you have a 3-link. If not, just do these 2. That way they're guaranteed to be blind if they melee you. I'm using Disengage to get away from things occasionally with 2 cooldowns, sorry. So I can use it twice in a row if I need to, but it makes it regen slower. So this is optional if you don't like that. You can just put it 1 on there or not. Frostbolt, I have linked to more cast speed and more AoE as it gets bigger. Let me go to my hideout. What'd I just do? Took that out. Fuck. Get back in there. Can't go to my hideout from here. Go to my hideout so I can actually cast spells and show you the combo. When you're running around. So you run around, you cast Frostbolt, you swing, 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 twister. Frostbolt, swing, 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 twister. The more attack speed you have on your weapon, the less clunky this feels. So I went for a weapon that has a high attack speed roll, even though it's still 200 DPS. There are other 200 DPS weapons, but this one had high attack speed, and I was like, give me that. It'll make the combo feel better. So you swing, Frostbolt, swing, 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 and then you can barrage and vomit if you want, but for just general clearing, I don't usually use barrage, I just use it for rares. And then you have a leap with Thunderous Leap if you want it, and you have your back jumps if you need to get out of the way, in addition to your roll. That is Thunderous Leap. This is like just Leap Slam, but it works for spears, so it's just good. You can jump around, jump over ledges, which I couldn't do on my monk, which kind of sucked. I think that's everything. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I know people are really upset about this league and think it's too hard and everything's crazy. I've honestly not been having many issues. I leveled with Rake. This gem until about level 28, which is when you unlock the rolling slash twister combo. So actually, I think you unlock it before, but I was still using Rake just to have it. For some reason, Rake with Stomp. I'll show you real quick what I was doing. Rake, Stomp, and Conk Effect was my leveling links. So when you use this, it stomps 3 times. It's like instantly stomp, 1 in the middle, and then 1 at the end. And it bleeds, which doesn't really do that much damage, but this is all I was doing, was just running around stabbing people with this and bleeding them out. And I was using Herald of Blood, which is not very good, but it was fine. It got me to the level where I could use my combo, and then I was fine. So use that early on, and you can chill till later on, where you can actually use gear, or use other skills that you want to use. I didn't really enjoy the Rake, but it was working for me, so I just used it to level, basically, until I had the other thing. But the weapons, every time you feel like you don't do any damage, buy a new one. That's all the advice I can really give. But let me show you real quick how to find really cheap, good gear. The main thing is limit it by your level and by price. Right now, the Exalted Orb equivalent search is just wrong. It doesn't know what an Exalted Orb conversion rate is to anything, so do not use that search. Click Exalted Orbs and search by 1, or whatever currency you have. If you have like alchemy orbs or whatever, try to convert them to Exalt. In-game currency exchange thingy, which I believe you unlock in Act 4 for the first time. So Act 1 Cruel, basically. Your little guy over here, Finn, does it. He gives you the currency exchange, so you can convert whatever you want to Exalt and then just buy things with Exalt. So let's say you want to find a good ring. You do a ring, so, oops, wrong button, ring. You search for max level, whatever, which I believe 56 max, and then you just search for your stat filters. So for me, I usually do like this for rings, because all I really care about are resists on rings. It's annoying that you have to do this, but there's currently no pseudo total all resistance roll like there used to be. So what I'm doing is I'm adding all the resistances, and then I'm adding them as implicits, so that you can get rings that have an implicit resist and an explicit set of resistances. So you have your explicits and your implicits, and then you do weighted sum, let's say 50 to start. This will show you rings that cost 1x and have dual resists, basically. So if you click this sum button, it'll show you the highest resistance rings you can get for 1x. This is actually a really nice ring. It's got phase, cold, life, and triple resists. That's great. If you want to get more specific, you can. I would add a second group here, another weighted. I would put life and adds fizz, adds lightning, adds cold, adds fire to attacks. Put a small number in here, since we're already searching for 50 resists, and then click that number. And you'll find pretty good rings. Life, damage, resists. There's probably not many of the rings like that, because we're not really searching aggressively for the damage. Let's put like 100 here. Does that do anything? No, that's just going to show us that blue ring. What about 50? Yeah, that's the ring we found earlier, but there's going to be a lot of good gear like that. Here's another one. It's nice. You just kind of scroll till you see something decent and grab that. I would recommend going for some mana and life on kill on your rings, just because it helps you sustain while mapping or clearing, whatever. So if we did, for the next thing, let's look for a spear, for example. Spear, max level, 56. Nice strength, dex in. Strength 33, 134, 30. 33, 134, 39. I'm doing this so that I don't find stuff that I can't equip, because that's really annoying when you buy something and you can't actually equip it. Limit it to 1x. Sort by highest DPS. There you go. 274 DPS weapon for 1x. Or if you want to search for a physical DPS, here's a 213 DPS weapon for 1x. 200 DPS, 1x. 200 DPS, 1x. This is what I'm using. I'm just using a 1x weapon. This one's nice. Fizz leech, mana on kill. Pretty good. If you wanted to find one with fast attack speed, here's one. It's got 200 DPS and about the same attack speed as one I'm using, which is great. If you want to be more specific, you can do attacks per second. Let's say 1.8 is pretty high. Sort by DPS. And again, these are all pretty high attack speed, pretty high DPS spears. Whatever level you are, you just type in that level and you'll find similar stuff, you know. 100 DPS, 130 DPS for 1x. Any of these are fine. The same goes for all of your gear, basically. You just look for stuff that's like, let's say, a helmet with a little bit of evasion, and we want life, and we want resist. You just type in all the resistances again. You can't get all res on helmets. Chaos res. Then you type in your weighted sum, let's say 100. Go. No results found. Oh, because I'm searching for attacks per second on a helmet. That doesn't work. There you go. There's a bunch of helmets for 1x that have good life and resist. You could sort by evasion if you want. 173 evasion with life and resist. Like there's a bunch there. If we just search for resistances, let's say we want 60 res on a helmet with evasion, doesn't exist. How about 40? 40 res exists. There you go. Life, evasion, resists. As long as you limit the prices properly, it's very cheap. If you do that Exalted Orb equivalent thing that we talked about, that doesn't really work right now. and you sort by highest evasion, it's going to show you something that's a divine. Like, that's, you can't afford this, don't worry. Look for cheap stuff right now. Later on, when you're rich, you can find expensive things, but like, these are not comparative numbers. I don't know why they think they are. It's just like the exchange currency rate or whatever exchange on this is not correct. So just try to limit it to exalts and sort by like 1, and you'll be fine. I'm searching for level 30 here. Maybe that's why I'm not finding good stuff yet. Like really good stuff. I can get like 500 evasion at this level. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice helmet. 380 evasion with life and triple res for 1x. There's a bunch of cheap gear right now for 1x, so if you're struggling with gear, just take some time, go through PvP. You'll find exalts during the campaign. If you're not, just pick a zone that you have like good density on. For example, the Dreadnought zone is pretty good to farm. Where is it? Dreadnought and Dreadnought Vanguard. They're very dense zones, so they're good to farm. I just was doing them in Act 2 here as well for a bit to get some X, but anywhere you can farm quickly, go there, farm some exalts, and then trade for what and you'll be fine. You can res cap and be decently tanky at whatever level that you are with a good weapon. So I hope y'all are enjoying the league. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm going to try to push this thing into maps probably tomorrow. I just need to finish Cruel, and then I'm going to get in maps, and I can vibe there. So I'll see you guys around. See you on the next stream if you want. It's twitch.tv/demi. It's probably been down here a bit. It's a link in the description as well. See you next video. That's Demi. Bye.